May I come in, sir?
Please come.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
What is your name?
Sir, my full name is Kadamuri Hariprasad Raju, sir.
What is your name?
People address me as Hariprasad, sir.
Hari Prasad. Raju is your father's name?
Caste name, sir.
Caste name.
Yes.
And Kadumuri is a
House name, sir.
house. Okay. Okay. That's why I wanted to know how should I add you. So Hari Prasad.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Hari. So you have worked in Microsoft,
Yes, sir.
and please tell us something about yourself.
Sir, I come from Kadapa district of Andhra Pradesh, sir. I'm 24 years old and I did my graduation in computer science and engineering, sir, from IIT Kharagpur in 2020. After that, for 1 year, I got placed in Microsoft in Azure Cloud Computing Ecosystem, sir, as a software developer.
What?
Azure Cloud Computing Ecosystem.
Okay. Cloud computing. Sir.
As a software developer, sir. And then later I started pursuing civil services, sir. This is my second attempt, and my hobbies are reading Ramayana and Mahabharata and reading fiction novels, sir.
If I said you are eminently unsuited for civil service, how would you react to it?
I do not agree with that assessment, sir, because for any civil servant, what I think is most important is the passion, sir, and a dedication to the society, sir. And I think I have those qualities. In addition to that, I think I am intellectually capable also to perform well in the civil services, sir. So I think I would be a good asset in the civil services.
Not required.
Sir?
These qualities are not required. You need to run after the politician. Will you be able to do it?
Sir, there is a general assumption that we need to be running after the politicians, sir. But I do think that there will always be some part of, service to the nation, and the passion will always help us to uphold the constitutional principles in the society, sir.
Here is somebody telling you after 37 years in civil service.
Yes, sir.
I'm not talking of general assumption. You still believe that you are suitable and you should pursue this dream?
Yes, sir, I do think, sir. Because politicians may say that the civil servants to do something and do other things, etc. But I think at the end of the day, the duty of the civil servant is to uphold the constitutional principles. So as long as they are not contradicted, I think it is okay, sir, because we will be upholding the will of the people anyway when the politicians say to do something.
Okay, all right. Hari, tell me, after the bifurcation,
Yes, sir.
tell me 3 major ways in which Andhra has suffered.
Sir, firstly is the loss of the capital, sir, which is Hyderabad itself, which was a very
One.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2.
Secondly, the interstate rivers, the Godavari and Krishna, what usually happened was there was really very normalization of, there is no conflict in distribution of the waters, and now it seems to be, there is a lot of conflict in distribution of the waters. And thirdly, sir, the movement of people is affected a lot, sir. Previously, people used to migrate between Hyderabad and other cities in Andhra. Now, people are not able to freely do so, sir. They are either completely moved towards Telangana or staying in Andhra. So, there is a artificial restriction of movement of people.
Is there an artificial restriction or there is an emotional restriction now? Or there is a big divide between Telangana and Andhra Pradesh?
It is not very large, sir, but there is definitely some amount of emotional divide as well, as sir. Because Telangana people, we used to be brethren when there was no that much conflict because of the regional disparities. Now they were evoked more, sir, after the bifurcation.
You are very young. Tell me, since independence,
Yes, sir.
5 major changes that India has experienced for the betterment of our country and our people.
Sir, firstly, the setting up of the PSUs, sir. Initially, we did not have much private sector. So, PSUs was one big change that we did. Secondly, the food revolution I think is very important, sir. And in the 1980s, sir, what we did was we liberalized from the Rajiv Gandhi government, Rajiv Gandhi government, that is one thing. And the liberalization and privatization and globalization in the 1991, sir, the LPG reforms, that I think is very important. And in the recent history, the push towards privatization is increasing, sir, and also the capital expenditure push also is very important, sir. I think those are the 5 things that I think very important.
That, according to you, are good
Yes, sir.
initiatives. And you said your hobbies are
Reading Ramayana and Mahabharata, sir, and reading fiction novels.
reading Ramayana and Mahabharata.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. All right.
Many states have socioeconomic disparities.
Yes, sir.
UP, for example, the eastern part, the western part, Maharashtra, the 3 regions, so many of them. But not all of them are fighting for sort of creating separate states.
Yes, sir.
So why was Andhra so special? Why did this Andhra Telangana thing happen when it's the same thing is not happening in other similar states?
Sir, the issue dates back to how the Andhra Pradesh entire state formed in the original. What happened was that Telangana was carved from the areas of Maharashtra and Karnataka, sir, and it was separated initially from the Andhra Pradesh area, sir. But there was a gentleman's agreement between the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh that there would be some sort of equivalence in the share of jobs, sir. And there was also promises that more people from Telangana will be getting jobs and employment opportunities, etc. But which did not happen till 2014. So that's why there was a struggle, and we need a separate state kind of emerged, sir.
Your option is mathematics.
Mathematics, sir.
Tell me how mathematics, higher mathematics, were useful for the ordinary person.
Sir, though directly it does not, ordinary man does not feel the higher mathematics, sir. But if you look at the ISRO, etc., sir, the space achievements that our organizations are doing, and also the cryptography that we have, sir, even the WhatsApp uses encryption, the standard RSA algorithms, all these are based on the higher mathematics, sir. And the common person encounters this in his daily life.
Why do a large number of people find mathematics difficult to understand?
Sir, I do not think large number of people actually
Plenty
think
do.
mathematics
Well, I
is difficult,
have.
sir.
Okay.
But mathematics, everybody, even though they do not directly understand from the books, but they feel it when they go to the shops or when they board a bus, etc.
I'm not talking about that basic thing that I go to a shop, give 10 rupees, take 2 rupees back. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about mathematics as a subject of study. Many students find it difficult.
So mathematics, actually we do not see it as a practical sense. That is one problem that is, sir. For example, if you take physics or biology or chemistry, we directly see its implications in everyday life, sir. But mathematics is sort of a language of the universe, and it is very hard to consider it as a practical science, sir. So that is something that people find it as an abstract concept. So that's why there is a dealing.
Among physics, chemistry, biology, which one do you think is the most practical science?
I would say physics, sir, but that is my opinion, sir.
Why not biology? Biology is about us.
Yes, sir. And I would say physics is about everything, sir. There is a counter argument to that as well. But
And why is physics about everything?
physics, because it deals with the laws of the universe at the fundamental level, sir.
All right, my last question. Explain the human body to me from the language of physics, from the point of view of physics.
Sir, the human body is at a very large scale, involves very large number of particles interacting with each other, sir. But if we scale it down to the microscopic level where the laws of forces are always upheld, so that can be boiled down to physics as well, sir.
That's it? Anything else?
I think that's it, sir.
All right, thank you.
Hari,
Yes, sir.
your home city is Kadapa and district is Kudappa. Is it same place or different?
It is the same place, sir. Kadapa is the headquarters, but the spelling is different because the Britishers used to pronounce it as Kudappa.
Okay.
So it made Cuddapah.
But they are the same.
Yes, sir, they are the same.
Okay. Then you have opted for Indian Administrative Services as your first preference.
Yes, sir.
Do you think IAS failed the nation? Do you agree with this statement?
No, sir, I do not think IAS failed the nation, sir. In fact, if you look at the election commission itself, sir, the impact of it, when we got independence, it was such a huge task, and it was IAS officers that held, that made sure that the democratic process are held in the nation, sir. So
Always people say bureaucracy is a stumbling block.
those are exceptions in my opinion, sir, and those are exceptions in my opinion, sir. There are some cases like where we say that bureaucracy has let down the nation. For example, the emergency, sir. where there was a report saying that bureaucrats were asked to bend and they crawled, etc. But I would disagree when we characterize it as bureaucracy has failed the nation, sir, because I think that is exception, and exceptions are not a rule, sir. And bureaucracy as a whole has always applied.
Can
the
you
nation
give me
justice.
3 major things which you think civil services has done for the nation,
Sir,
which
firstly,
makes it proud?
Sir, firstly, there is a uniformity of administrative structure at the central and the state level, sir. I think it sort of made sure that there is integration of the administrative system, sir. So, and secondly, sir, the implementation of MCC is something that MCC, sir, Model Code of Conduct,
Okay.
is something that bureaucracy has done very well for the
These are
nation.
the major, you think it is one of the major achievements of the Indian bureaucracy in last 75 years?
One of the major achievements, sir, yes.
Okay. What else? Which is the third one?
Third one, sir, there are several programs that civil servants took at the local level, sir. For example, Avinash Sharan in Chhattisgarh, sir, he bike ambulances, etc. To take the tribal people to the urban areas for health facilities, sir, etc. So there were several individual achievements of the civil servants as well.
Okay, you tell me there are 2 things, emotional quotient and intelligence quotient. Yes. What is the difference between the two?
Sir, emotional quotient refers to the ability of an individual to harness one's emotions to achieve the goals, sir. Whereas intellectual ability...
Can you give me one example of that?
For example, bringing multiple people with different objectives together requires empathy, sir. Empathy, so that is, if we can understand empathy, then we'll be able to better deliver the outcomes.
What about the other one?
Sir, intellectual quotient refers to the knowledge of a person, sir, about a particular subject, etc. The depth of his understanding and reasoning and deductive skills, sir.
So, do you think is more important for a civil servant?
Sir, my opinion is that if you have EQ, you can ultimately develop IQ, sir. If you have emotional quotient, sir, you can develop intellectual quotient as well, sir.
So, from your point of view, intelligence quotient is more important?
No, sir, emotional quotient.
Emotional quotient
Yes,
is
sir.
more important.
Yes.
Okay, my last question, that India in 2047, so people say that we will become a developed country.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with that statement?
Yes, sir. There are some roadblockers, sir, but I think, yes, sir, we will be able to do it, sir.
What will be our strengths?
The
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, quickly.
Sir, firstly, the demographics itself,
Okay.
sir, we are a very young nation. And secondly, the history of India itself, sir. We are very proud nation and we are very...
Okay, Indian history, next.
sir, culture is something that...
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hari Prasad,
Yes, ma'am.
you have studied computer science. Now, mostly we are talking about the role of artificial intelligence in the current thing.
Yes, ma'am.
I have 2 questions. In the startup ecosystem, has something developed in this domain? Any new startup you can name? It was in the news.
Recently, I did not have knowledge on...
Have you heard of Kritim?
Kritim, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Kritim is the first unicorn, I think, or
ChatGPT
yes,
version,
yes.
ma'am.
Who has developed that? Whose startup is that?
Ma'am, I'm not sure, ma'am, actually. I think it's Reliance, but I'm not really sure, ma'am. I may be wrong, ma'am.
It's the third unicorn of Bhavesh Agrawal. After Ola Electric, this is the third
Ola,
one.
yes, ma'am.
It's very much in the news because in the India, first time artificial intelligence startup has come up. Okay, no problems. Now let's talk about, how artificial intelligence can help us to bring down poverty in a big quantum way.
Ma'am, one of the main problems of poverty eradication is the data assessment, ma'am.
That's what I'm asking, how artificial intelligence, according to me, can play a very important role. Now, because you are the expert on the subject, you tell me.
Ma'am, artificial intelligence can analyze large data sets and gain insights that individual humans cannot, ma'am. Because obviously it has large computational power. So it may be able to, and this is a belief, ma'am, it may be able to deliver some large insights that may affect.
No, because that large data, the samples of a survey is so small and not up to the mark. Therefore, our insights are not up to the mark. If we take big data and then analyze it, the census for after 10 years. Why wait for 10 years? With artificial intelligence, we can get insight on the issue of population, or for that matter, any subject.
Ma'am, obviously, data will be the limitation of artificial intelligence, ma'am. Even we have a saying in software is your model will only be as good as the data. Because
So if the data is good, if the data is accurate, then
the model will be excellent, ma'am. I think it will be able
because
to.
why do we wait for census of 10 years? And that also is never done in time.
Yes, ma'am.
So artificial intelligence can play a role there.
Yes, ma'am.
Now my next question to you from the same domain: one nation, one election. Can artificial intelligence help us to do that, to achieve this goal?
Ma'am, one nation, one election is more or less a rules-based
No,
government.
the logistics, people say that the logistics are not in place. How do we conduct an election if everything is insightfully done?
Yes,
Is it possible or not?
Yes, ma'am. It will be possible, ma'am. I think.
So people like you should be doing that. Civil services is running the administration, day-to-day administration of the country. What have you to say on this? I would like to see you there in Kritim or something, some unicorn like that.
Ma'am, it is true. If I come to the civil services, the country might lose, on the
good brain.
technology. Yes, ma'am. In some sense, but I would say the point of education is to empower a person to pursue their passion, ma'am. Because when we pursue our passion,
No, you pursue a passion.
Yes, ma'am.
It will be a loss in the AI intelligence domain, not your loss.
ma'am, I would say that is the opportunity cost, and because I pursue my passion, my productivity will be more, and I think that will be more than the opportunity cost.
Right. Thank you.
Hari Prasad,
Yes, sir.
I need to understand how come a computer scientist, after working for Microsoft for a year or so, is still saying that Ramayana and Mahabharata are his hobbies. I mean, what is the linkage? How do you say something of computer science in Ramayana and Mahabharata, or vice versa? What is it?
Sir, Ramayana and Mahabharata are my moral compass, sir. Whereas computer science is my technical expertise dimension, sir. So I do not see any conflict between the two, sir. Just because I'm a computer science engineer does not make me refute the principles of Ramayana and Mahabharata, because I think there is great merit in pursuing studying of
So, Ramayana and Mahabharata are historical books or are mythologies?
Sir, I believe that there is some version of Ramayana and Mahabharata that has happened, sir. But over the course of time, there have been several manipulations of how it has happened.
Come on.
So-
As an engineer, as a person from science and everything that you know of, what is the time period of Ramayana and Mahabharata? 3000 BC? At the best, it would be a tribal war. I mean, there won't be anything more than a tribal war.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How can it be an epic where gods are speaking to this thing? I do not understand as a scientist.
Sir, when I look at Ramayana and Mahabharata, what I value in them is not the scale, sir. It is not the number of arrows that Arjuna fired on his enemies, sir. That is not important.
Okay.
The intention with which Arjuna fired on them is more important to me, sir. So,
What is the best shlok that you like in Gita?
Shloka, sir. Sir, there is Nishkama Karma Yogam from a Bhagavad Gita, sir. Karmane vadika raste ma phalesh kadachana ma karma phala hetu purmate sangnostva karmane. That is, I think, very important, sir, because
Okay.
regardless of your fruits of your
So,
action,
how many kinds of yogi has been defined in Gita?
there are several yogis, sir, that I do not remember the numbers, sir.
No, there can be karma yogi,
Yes, sir.
jnana yogi, bhakti yogi, or something like that.
There was also something related to the Atma yogi, sir.
Oh,
but
well, that's not yogi. What do you understand by deep fake?
sir, deep fake is a mimic of a person's likeness, sir, actually, by artificial intelligence algorithms, sir, from the collection of data of the person's facial features, sir. So,
So, deep fake is a negative connotation, right?
It is often used for negative purposes, sir, but it
What can be a positive thing of the same technology?
So one thing is that we have seen in Pakistan, sir, how Prime Minister Imran Khan was arrested and he used deepfake to communicate to the voters of his election campaign, sir. In that sense, his right of speech was upholded as well. So,
Okay, you didn't hear about a lost person a person who had died, his identity was created
Yes.
using deep fake.
I heard about it, sir. Even
All
Tom
right,
Hanks was
artificial intelligence
yes, sir.
is supposed to be good for the human race. But obviously, it can be manipulated just as we see in the deep fake.
Yes, sir.
Do you still feel that artificial intelligence should be given a boost?
Yes, sir. I think artificial intelligence must be given, sir, because regardless, artificial intelligence at its core is a tool, sir, and every tool can always be manipulated to do some bad or good. But what we have to do is, as a intellectual civilization, we have to leverage the tools and minimize the negative consequences of the using those tools, sir. I think the responsibility falls on us as an intellectual civilization, and in that sense, we have to take artificial intelligence and give boost to it, sir.
IFS is your fifth choice.
I'm sorry, sir.
IFS is your fifth
Yes, sir.
choice. What do you tell me about Kachativu Island?
Kachativu Island was a dispute between Sri Lanka and India, sir. Sri Lankans argued for a lot of time that it falls in their jurisdiction, and India argued that it falls within ours. And finally, we gave them the fishing rights and territorial rights as well, and provided that Sri Lanka.
When did we give them territorial rights?
Sir, I do not remember the exact dates.
So current current arguments are kind of true for India or for Sri Lanka?
Sir, there was, when we were settling the dispute, there was an argument that Sri Lankan government will allow for drying up of the nets of fishermen of Indian
Okay,
fishermen, sir.
all right. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Hari,
Yes, sir.
we are done with the formal interaction with you.
Thank you, sir.
So, how do you think it went?
I was stumbling a bit in the beginning, sir. I think I can overall I catch up, sir.
So, how many mocks have you had?
This is my sixth, sir.
This is your sixth
Sixth
mock.
mark, yes, sir.
So, why were you stumbling? What's the fear now? All the stage fear should have gone by now.
Yes, sir. But it is an esteemed panel at the end of the day, so there will be some sort of.
So, anxiety is some sort of anxiety is positive energy.
I think it is some positive energy, sir, because it helps me keep on my toes and be more responsive. sir.
Okay. No, you will do very well. You are a very good candidate.
Thank you, sir.
And your answers were well measured, were good. And few things I would like to say. That when you say, I don't agree,
Okay, sir.
don't say immediately, bluntly,
Okay, sir.
I don't agree.
Sure, sir.
It's not a college debate. When you get to the service, if you don't agree with the boss, you will say, pardon me, I beg to differ.
Sure, sir. Yes.
This will get you a brownie point or two.
Sure, sir.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then you can move your hands a bit more if you wish, right? Don't sit too tightly in that. And you need to speak a bit loudly and slowly.
Both is.
Sure, sir.
You speak so fast that sometimes some things are completely lost.
Okay, sir.
And let me tell you, there will be a board of people of a similar age or older.
Hard of hearing.
So they would be getting hard of hair, hearing by every year, passing year. So, bit loudly,
Sure, sir.
clearly, and in measured words.
Got it, sir.
I think that should do the trick. Otherwise, your eye contact, you have such a beautiful smile when you smile. That means that you need to smile more. You need to carry that. You need to carry that pleasantness on your face.
Sure, sir.
You are a smart, handsome candidate.